today we are looking at over 50 different gift ideas to buy your dancer friend or family member. If me, a dancer, a dance teacher, a dance lover, would be happy to receive this, I am sure that your family members, your friends, yourself, even if this is a gift for yourself, would also enjoy it. In terms of price range, we're going everything from like a couple of quid all the way up to a couple of £100. So there's a real range of gifts that you can get depending on your budget. Now, whilst Christmas is just around the corner at the time of filming, if you are watching this at a different time of year because you're buying it for a birthday, none of these are kind of seasonal. So actually these would work in terms of birthday gifts as well as Christmas gifts. Got a lot to cover today, so let's just get straight into it. First up, and this is a great little stocking filler, it's one of these. Now before you freak out, this is a perfume dispenser. So on the bottom here, you can take your little perfume application, the nozzle, and pump in the perfume. You will see it filling up here. Then once it's filled up, you can just go ahead and spray, and then you've got this all night. The great thing about this is that it's so small it can fit into your pocket, but unlike other random little minis, this can actually just hold your signature scent, your favorite perfume. Also, these are great as a stocking filler, but also great as a supplement to other presents. A hand fan. Now you could get a hand fan with some really beautiful, intricate, even personalized designs, which always work as a great gift, but maybe if the hand fan isn't appropriate, then maybe also an electric fan is still a very useful present. A nice water bottle, preferably one which is durable and can withstand being put on the floor, put on the side, thrown into a bag as someone rushes to get onto the dance floor. Hand sanitizer is always appreciated because in social dancing you're touching lots of people, so a cute hand sanitizer that perhaps can clip on or fit into a bag. One gift which is always going to be an absolute winner when it comes to dancers are dance shoes. Whether that's men's dance shoes or women's dance shoes or a gift voucher to buy dance shoes, they will always be much appreciated. I just want to give a special shout out to these dance shoes right here, which as you can see are absolutely stunning. They were gifted to me from a brand called BUSYBEE, but if you wanted to buy your own ones, these are currently on sale on their website. So you can check them out on Instagram here, you can check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and on their website, but these are absolutely stunning. To go with the dance shoes, maybe they already have dance shoes, or you're a bit nervous about buying dance shoes, or you don't want to spend that much money, you can also buy a nice dance shoe bag. You can get these personalized, which is also beautiful. With that, if they have suede dance shoes or you bought them suede dance boots, you can buy a shoe brush, which is a nice, useful dance accessory to have. I will open mine, but it is used, so it's going to be a little bit gross. But it's basically this, and it's got these sharp sections here, which are actually really quite sharp, so make sure it's got a safety feature here. But basically these are used to just brush off any suede shoe soles. Just word of warning, if you do have one of these, don't like go ham at your suede soles because they will just take off the suede soles. So it is just a gentle wiping off, brushing off the dust. But this, very useful, handy tool for people with dance shoes. The next one is your classic graphic t-shirt. There's so many of these online, which is so great. If the person you know sweats a lot, a nice sweat towel, something that they can either like pop in their pocket or hook around their neck, something like that is also quite good. And finally for this section, a belt bag. These are super useful because especially when you don't have pockets or you don't want to put loads of things in your pocket, you can just have a little belt bag around your waist, pop your phone in there, pop any little accessories, mints, your little cute little hand sanitizer on there, and just have that around your waist while you're dancing. Next, we're moving on to grooming. A great expensive razor, maybe even one of the ones that's on subscription if you want to fork out a little bit more money. A body oil, especially one that has a really lovely scent to it. If you know the person wears makeup, a good setting spray which keeps your makeup in place all night. One that I recommend at the moment is this number 7 one. It's also quite nice because it's quite classy looking. So as a gift, this is also quite nice, and it's got quite a decent mister, quite a big mister. But I found that this really does make my makeup last longer. It keeps it in place, so when I'm sweating, my makeup isn't moving around. I'm not getting like dark marks all over my face because of my eyeliner. So this actually I would definitely recommend. I will put the links to everything in the description below, so if you want to purchase anything that I mentioned today, I've either given you the link of the one that I actually have or something similar, which I think would be just as good. Next up, if the person does wear makeup, especially if they go places and they go abroad, a small oil cleanser just to make sure that their skin is feeling fresh after all the sweating, after all the makeup, after touching other people and then touching their hands, to make sure that their skin is staying healthy and beautiful. A good oil cleanser, especially ones that you can get in a cute little bottle, that kind of thing, makes a really nice gift. Hair perfume. People are getting close to each other. Let's say you're dancing a kizomba, the other person's head is literally in your hair. So making sure that your loved one's hair is smelling good whilst they're social dancing, a little hair perfume. And finally, this one's a little bit weird and perhaps a little bit too personal, but we are on our feet a lot as dancers. And we wear heels a lot. We're putting a lot of pressure on our feet. So a good one to do is one of those like heel shaver things, which just helps to soften and remove the like hardness and calluses on your feet. Again, a little bit of a weird present to get, but if it's like your sister or something, I think they'd appreciate it. The next category is gifts to support dancing. So we've got things like resistance bands. We all know that flexibility and mobility is important and vital for longevity and health, but in the short term, it's also very useful for your dancing. So resistance bands is a great short-term and long-term investment as a gift. Then you have yoga mats, and to go along with that, yoga blocks, again for the same reason as the resistance bands. Speakers, this one's quite good because you could get different range of speakers. You could get really fun ones which, you know, do different light up colors, or you can go for like the really expensive high quality ones as well, which produce a really beautiful sound. If your friend is also a gym goer, a nice practical gym bag which also looks cute is always a good shout. And then with that, a gym set, so like a top and a trouser or a tracky set, or a voucher to get one. Next up, I probably should have said this one earlier, but when we spoke about wireless speakers, wireless headphones also comes into play. Especially if you're like a dancer who practices outside of class, you can pop your wireless earbuds in and listen to the music and practice at home without disturbing anybody else, and also without getting caught up in the wires or something long. And finally for this section, dance classes. Now you could just go to your local teachers, or their local teachers I should say, and just ask if they do gift vouchers, and then pop any amount of money on there that you need, or whatever the options that they give you, to then be able to pay for a couple of dance classes for your person. So this is one that is of course very thoughtful, because you know they like doing dance classes and they enjoy dance classes. It's something that they were always going to pay for anyway, so it saves them money in the long run, which is always appreciated, but it also shows your encouragement to their hobbies and your support of their hobbies. Now we're moving on to the jet setting dancer, the one that's always like going to a different city to dance, or going to a different place, or going to a different country for a festival. A travel makeup case with a built-in mirror. This makes things really easy to pack, but also because of the mirror, it means that you don't need to take a separate mirror or have to rely on tiny little bathroom mirrors in some hostel. Personalized luggage tags. These I think are super cute. It's like one of those things that's completely unnecessary in the grand scheme of life, which is why I think it makes a great gift, because people wouldn't think to buy this for themselves, but then you buy it for them. It's super cute. Small suitcase. You can get really cute ones of these. You can also get really garish ones with these, with like your face on their suitcase, for example. Portable charger. I think this is just generally good for anyone who does social dancing for a long amount of time, but especially for the traveler. A grooming travel set, which is very neat and compact. And on the same vein, you've also got a tech roll organizer and packing cubes. Now we're moving on to the category of the influencer. Now you can get these like phone tripod selfie stick combo, and I've got one of these and I think this is absolutely amazing because I can use it as a tripod for my phone, but I can also then use it as a selfie stick. Mobile phone gimbal. So this is one where the stand for the mobile phone kind of moves according to gravity, the positioning of the phone, so that regardless of like where the phone is going, it keeps the phone straight, and then you can create these kind of zooming in, zooming out, moving around kind of videos without any shake and keeping it smooth. A selfie light, very useful, especially because a lot of places we go social dancing are quite dark, so having a little bit of light that you can add to the video, again super helpful in terms of creating a beautiful picture, a beautiful video to be able to be posted. And finally, a CapCut subscription. Assuming they use CapCut, which a lot of TikTok creators do use, a subscription or maybe a 6-month or a 3-month subscription for CapCut would also be very useful in terms of, you know, helping them on their influencer journey. For those that are always busy, number one on the list is dry shampoo. For those days where you just don't have time to wash your hair, you can just pop a bit of dry shampoo, but we're not just gonna get any dry shampoo because it's a gift. So we wanna get a nice, fancy, nice looking dry shampoo for them. If you've got a bit more money to splash, a coffee alarm clock, one that kind of is auto set, so at a certain time the coffee will start being brewed and they've got a lovely, nice cup of coffee to wake up to. Now this one's an interesting one. It's a slow cooker. Now imagine if before a social they can just put everything into the slow cooker, they can go dance for 4 or 5 hours, come home and there's a meal cooked for them. I'm sure they would actually appreciate that. So if they don't have one already, a slow cooker, and if they have one already, a slow cooker cookbook, so they know how best to utilize that slow cooker for their busy schedule. And with that, some nice Tupperware. You can't go wrong with Tupperware, but when it is nice and it is beautiful and pretty, it makes you, one, more happy to use it, and two, more likely to use it. So some nice Tupperware to go along with that slow cooker, because they've cooked excess meals so they can keep up with their busy lives, and now they have some really cute Tupperware to go with it. Just make sure it's machine washable / easy care, because a busy person doesn't want to then hand wash everything if they have the option of a washing machine. Next one I will show you is this book right here. This is the book Essentialism. It's a very good book in terms of simplifying busy schedule and learning to focus on the things that actually matter, or the things that move the needle, the things that make the most difference in your life. I would recommend this book. There's a couple of other books as well, like Atomic Habits by James Clear, which also talks about this kind of thing. These kind of books are always a good gift. You can also buy audiobook versions as well if you know the person that you're thinking of doesn't read. So these are kind of really thoughtful, practical presents that you can get someone who is busy, but that would actually make a difference, a positive impact in their lives. Now, on making a difference in their lives, if you want to sort of remove some of the pressure of everyday life, something like a laundry service voucher would be very helpful in terms of making things easier for them. But also, if you've got extra money to spend, a robot vacuum is also a very good investment. And then on the kind of keeping up with the busy lifestyle, you've also got a coffee subscription which you could buy, and also any sort of coffee related gift or energy related gift. Cool, we are powering through this list. Next up, we are on the well-being. Now, as a dancer, our muscles ache quite often. We have, like, you know, clicks, cranks and pains in random places. So there's a lot of things that you could buy which help to ease that. A great gift that I got given was a foot spa. Again, a little bit weird because it's to do with feet, but it's a foot spa, and basically it's just, it's great. Here's a picture. And in the same vein as kind of like more expensive tech, we've got a massage gun here, which is like one of these. These are great. These do range in price. You can get ones which are like 50 quid. You can get ones which are like hundreds of pounds. I think this one's somewhere in the middle. These are also really, really good. Like, this is like, if someone you can spend a lot of money on and you know that they are very active or very fit, a massage gun is an amazing gift to get them. But if you're not willing to spend that much money, you can get something more like this, or if you want sort of a fancier version of this, like this. And this is basically like a roller, so you can roll into your muscles, roll into different parts, kind of put it in areas and get into like those nooks and crannies that hurt. And I do think this is really effective. You can obviously get prettier ones than this. On that sort of whole, like, improving your sort of muscles, you can get one of these back stretchers. They do look a little bit like a torture device, but they are very, very nice for your back, and they will help to improve flexibility, mobility, and pull out the stresses that get held in the back. I've also got on my list a foot spray or a leg spray, which is supposed to help refresh. This is really useful during the social, but also after social, just to help to revive your legs. And on reviving, revive under eye patches. I used these once, like sort of daily after a festival, and I noticed a difference in my appearance of my under eyes over that time, and that, like, normally I just look very tired and exhausted because of lack of sleep, but using those just added a little bit of extra like life back into my face. So I actually do highly recommend those. And then finally, just some warm slippers, because our feet have been tired all day and we just want to put our feet into something comforting. Just make sure they're washable. And finally, the other category. On here, I've got cute coasters, personalized mugs, cute stickers, if you know your person's into stickers, cufflinks. Just check that the person actually wears cufflinks, but if they do, some dance cufflinks would be super cute. And finally, a dance tote bag. Now, there is so much on this list. There is so much here, and I hope that there is something that you found useful. Again, there's a bunch of links down in the description below. If you use any of them, I do get a very tiny, very, very small commission, but it is something and it adds up. So I would appreciate it a lot if you could use the links below, but absolutely zero pressure to do so. If you found this video useful or entertaining in any way, shape or form, please hit the like button and the subscribe button to help support this channel. Over here will pop up a video that YouTube thinks will interest you the most. So I'll see you over there.